Hey guys, welcome to part 9 of the commentary as we enter upon the second half of the Disney Renaissance. Which, by the way, personally, I find that this is like the bottom, the second half is pretty much where Disney is getting a little less, like extravagant than how they were before. Like, in the first half, you get like amazing animated films like Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, Aladdin, and then suddenly, like, in the second half, we get like Pocahontas, Hercules, Hunchback of Notre Dame, and Tarzan, and you know, they're good, but they're not, you know, they're good films, but they're not really they don't have that, like, the amazingness of like what the first half had. Anyways, let's go back to what we're seeing right now, which is Pocahontas. You know, there's one thing that I really want to know about Pocahontas is that the story. We all know the colonial story that they had. That's in Pocahontas, and if you guys don't know, maybe you've seen it in Atlantis, the Lost Empire, maybe you've seen it in Dances with Wolves, or at the most, Avatar. Like, you know the Avatar, and you know that story, so there's something that I want to know. Which movie started that story? What began the colonial story? Because I really want to know, like, if we all have heard of it and it's been reused, which one started it? Because, you know, the earliest one that I can think of is Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest. And I'm 100% sure it can't be that. Because if it were, then it would be a little bit more popular than how it is what it is right now. Or even more praised than what it is right now. So, yeah, and as for the movie itself, I find that, I can see why they thought that this would be, like, their biggest hit. Like, I could see why that this would be, they thought it was gonna be, like, their next, Beauty and the Beast that's gonna be, like, also nominated for Best Picture, and they think that The Lion King would be just, like, a cheap little animated film made for fun and stuff like that, but I can see that, but I find that the execution wasn't done as well as Beauty and the Beast. They could have had potential, but how they organized it didn't really work out. It's just, like, what they did is that they tried to do something that's entertaining for adults and what's entertaining for kids, like, separately. Unlike Beauty and the Beast, they tried to do something that would be entertaining for both at the same time. Like in Pocahontas, it's a little more darker, it's a little more realistic, and it's a little more violent than regular Disney films, and that's for adults. While for kids, they have characters like Miko and Percy always chasing around and going into goofy shenanigans and stuff like that, and that's made for kids. And when the film is made together like that, it feels like the movie doesn't know which audience they want to go with. That's what I find to be Pocahontas' biggest flaw. Now, yeah, let's move on to The Hunchback of Notre Dame, which, by the way, I need to say that this is actually my sister's favorite animated film. Like, her favorite, I'm not sure, favorite animated film, maybe, but it's definitely her favorite Disney film. And, this is, I can understand why, because personally I find it to be the best Disney film in the second half of the Disney Renaissance. And, I can see that, also I could say that this is one of the more darker Disney films as well, mainly because, of the Christian theme. Like, if you're gonna make a theme in your movie that's like more religious based, I gotta admit that's a little more edgy. That's like a pretty risky move, because you never know when the actual Christians will come in and like try to shake at you, saying it's like, you cannot do that. Although I think the Christian audiences, like, I actually, there's a lot of Christian audiences watching, who watch Animation Lookback, actually, and they seem, you guys are cool. You seem pretty tame. You guys, I like. You guys are cool. And by the way, I'm actually Catholic, so another reason why, but anyways, back to this, to the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Another reason why it's darker is mainly because of Judge Claude Frollo. And, you know, a lot of people say that this is one of the best Disney villains ever, and I cannot deny that. He really is a threatening, and, you know, he's threatening. It shows he has a lot of power, and one aspect that makes him, like, that makes the movie dark is mainly because of his goal, which is pretty much find Esmeralda so he can have sex with her. That's pretty much his goal, is to get laid. And by the way, all the dark things that he does, and he actually does kill, actually. And he does all this and he thinks he's actually a good Christian. Like, he's actually a good man, and he already has his reservations up in heaven and stuff like that. So, and yeah, that's my talk on Hunchback. And now let's go to Hercules. Hercules! Sorry, I just had to do that. I mean, it's such a quotable thing. Thank you, Nutty Professor, to make Hercules memorable for that quote. Hercules! Okay, anyways. Okay, for Hercules, I gotta be honest, it's been such a long time since I've seen Hercules, actually. And, in fact, the last thing that I've seen Hercules was in Kingdom Hearts. You know, like, and I'm actually really surprised to see that it's such a reusable, they keep reusing that stage a lot, and I'm really surprised. Like, I can understand the Nightmare Before Christmas and stuff like that, but and Alice in Wonderland too. But really, I don't know why. I don't really know why Hercules as well. And here's a question that I want to know actually about the Kingdom Hearts fan base. What I want to know, by the way, my apologies if I keep repeating lines, like, if I say, you know, or like, or stuff like that. Since this is a commentary, and, I don't have a script in front of me, so this is what happens. Like, what you are hearing now is pretty much me unscripted. Anyways, what I want to say about Kingdom Hearts is there a separate fan base that what they like that's different in Kingdom Hearts? Like, me personally, I like the game for the Disney characters that keep coming up and being in the world of Disney. While there are also other there's another fan base that likes it for the characters like Sora and Kairi and Riku and Roxas, and also for the gameplay. And I cannot deny the gameplay is actually really good, but I just want to know, is there like a separate fan base when it comes to Kingdom Hearts? And unfortunately, that'll have to do for now, so I'll join you guys next time, and see you later, dudes!